What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best MLB player props on PrizePicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 18 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got one pick wrong and got 18 right, which is about a 96% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 96% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 96% win rate and get 18 picks right like me, win more bets, and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $160 just yesterday. Another member who won $130 for the 4th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily upload. So let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So first we're going to talk about is none other than Mitch Keller, and this one is for 5 pitcher strikeouts, and this one actually is for more. Now when we look at someone like Mitch Keller, we've actually seen him go on the over in 4 out of the last 5 games, which is great to see, and they do face off against none other than Cincinnati. Now when it comes to the matchup against Cincinnati, not only is it going to be a very exciting game, but when we actually look at Cincinnati Reds, we see that they do rank 26 when it comes to their batting average, with a batting average of .233, and that is a big reason why we do like the more for this situation here. So Cincinnati Reds do a very poor job at actually like batting average in general, and because of that, Keller will definitely or shouldn't have that hard of a time to be able to go over on his line in this one. So all signs really do point towards the over for this one. Cincinnati's an easy matchup, and he's also been very consistent at getting over this line. So Mitch Keller, 5 pitcher strikeouts, 4 more, I think is a great pick. So getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about none other than Mason Black. So Mason Black, great player, and this one is actually for 3 pitcher strikeouts, and this one is for less. Now we look at someone like Mason Black, we've actually seen him go on the under. When we look at his last 5, we've actually seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is great to see, and they do face off against none other than Kansas City Royals. So it is going to be a very exciting matchup, but when we look at Kansas City Royals, we do see Kansas City Royals do rank 7th when it comes to their batting average, with a batting average of actually .252. So very good from someone or for a team like Kansas City Royals, and that is a big reason why we do like the under for this situation here. When we look at someone like Mason Black, not only that, but he did have 2 big outlier games, but we think we should see him go back down to normal. Now his average over the last 5 is 3.6, but we think those 2 outlier games definitely push the average a little bit too high, that now there's a lot more value to go on the under here. So on top of that, with Kansas City Royals being a very tough team, I think we definitely should see him go on the under here. But when we also look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So that definitely helps in our favor, and because of those reasons, Mason Black, 3 pitcher strikeouts, 4 less, I think is a great pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Jacob deGrom. So Jacob deGrom, another fantastic player, and this one is for 6.5 pitcher strikeouts, and this one actually is for less. Now look at Jacob, we've actually seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they actually do face off against Seattle in this matchup. Now not only is it going to be a pretty exciting game, but when we also look at Seattle Mariners, we do see that they do rank 30th when it comes to their batting average, unfortunately, with a batting average of .222. So the last at the end of the totem pole, and because of that, that is a big reason why we do like the under for this, is due to the fact that we are actually expecting a blowout situation here. Because of that, we may not actually see Jacob get the same amount of usage rate out there on the floor, and on top of that, when we also look at his average over the last 5, it is only 6.2, so slightly under the average. So because of that, we do very much like the under here. So we are going a little bit against the grain when you do look at Mariners and actually their batting average, but there is a big reason for that. We are expecting a blowout situation. We may see Jacob deGrom go out early, and when we also look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So we are actually agreeing with the bookies on this one, so because of that, definitely keep an eye out for the under for this one. So Jacob deGrom, 6.5 pitcher strikeouts, 4 less, I think is a fantastic pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but PrizePicks is delayed with some of their lines, so here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for for when their lines drop. So first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Richard Fitz. So Richard Fitz, he is actually an interesting one because he has only played a couple of games. So he does have an ERA of 0, win or loss of 0, and also 4 pitcher strikeouts. So he is coming very, very raw coming into this game, but he is expected to actually be the starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, coming into this matchup, because when you look at the bookies, they actually have him, written as starting pitcher. So it is actually going to be an exciting one for him. But when it comes to the Boston Red Sox, they do have themselves a very, very interesting game. But like I mentioned before, first, he does have an ERA of 0, 4 pitcher strikeouts, which actually ranks him the 150th plus. But like we mentioned before, the Boston Red Sox have themselves a really, really exciting game as they do face off against the Minnesota Twins. So it is definitely going to be an exciting one. But on top of that, when we also look further, we do see that when we actually look at a team like Minnesota Twins, we see that the Minnesota Twins, when it comes actually to their batting average, they don't really rank, too well or too great. They also rank in somewhat mid-tier at the 11th spot. So they rank at the 11th spot and they have a batting average of 0.248. And because of that, we do very much like the over for this situation here. When it comes to someone like Richard Fitz, although he doesn't have a lot of history when it comes to his games, like I mentioned, we still do like the over due to the fact that we are expecting Prizepicks to maybe get his, line a little bit wrong, a little bit more on the lower side, and it will actually have a lot more value to go on the over. So that is a big, big reason why we do very much like the over for this situation here, especially for someone like Fitz, who's not only just starting or coming into this game as a starting pitcher, but he's also very, very good, in the games that we have seen from him so far. So we definitely are expecting a pretty good game from him, even though he is coming pretty new. So keep an eye out for Richard Fitz. We definitely see a lot of value there. Again, to the next player, we're going to be talking about Valente Bellozo. So like we mentioned before, when it comes to Valente, we actually see him as an ERA of 3.70 and 39 pitcher strikeouts. Now, he is coming into this game as a starting pitcher for Miami Marlins. Miami Marlins do have themselves a very, very good matchup. They face off against the Atlanta Braves. Now, when we actually look at Atlanta Braves, we see that they do rank 17th when it comes to, their batting average. And on top of that, Atlanta Braves have a batting average specifically of 0.242. So that's a big reason why we do very much like the the over for someone like Valente. We actually not only see him playing great, but on top of that, what we also do see is that he's also been fantastic during these times. Even though he doesn't get a lot of games, the times that he has played, he's put up very, very good numbers. So we are expecting the over for someone like him. And like I mentioned before, when it comes to someone like Valente, although he hasn't played a lot of games, the games that he has played, he's definitely put on quite a show. So we definitely like the over for this one, especially against the Braves. We are expecting a pretty good matchup. Now, like I mentioned before, when it comes to the end or the second half of the MLB season, we tend to see a lot more of not really the main players, but a lot of the role players start to step in, get a lot more usage rate out there, and because of that, we do see that with Valente coming into this game. Now, getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Jameson Taillon. So Jameson, great player, as an ERA of 3.54, and 119 pitcher strikeout, which actually ties him at 85th. So there is a big reason why we like this, or we are keeping out for Jameson, because when it comes to the Chicago Cubs, they do actually face off against the Nationals. And when we actually look at the Nationals, we see something interesting, because they do rank center at 15th when it comes to their batting average, with a batting average of 0.243. Now, because of this, we do very much like the over for this situation here. Jameson is not only a fantastic player, but we also have seen with Jameson is that when it comes to him playing with the Cubs over the last 7 days, he has only played 1 game, but he was able to get 6 pitcher strikeouts. So he's very good, very consistent at going over on his lines, and we definitely have seen him do a fantastic job so far, and we think it will continue on into this next game, no doubt about it. So keep an eye out for Jameson. I see a lot of value there to go on the over, but on top of anything else, we also do see that with his high usage rate coming into this matchup, we definitely should see a pretty good game from him. So, like I always mentioned, keep an eye out for the line first. If the line is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over there. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord. You can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.